Miranda is on the phone to do a second date, and if you missed the first part, Miranda likes the bad boys. Or at least one bad boy. But we don't know how bad he is. She went out with a dude named Will to the movies. After the movie, he was driving her home. They ended up parking near her house and making out for a while, and then cops knocked on the window because they thought they might be doing something else in the car. Anyway, long story short, they ended up running their IDs. She was cool because she doesn't have any warrants or hasn't broken the law. But her date, Will, ended up actually getting arrested. And she ended up walking home, and she hasn't spoken with him since. So we're about to get him on the phone. Well, see if we can get him on the phone. And then find out why he's not calling her back. And hopefully find out why he got arrested. I really want to know that. All right, Miranda, are you ready?
I am so ready.
Are you sure you want to do this? Because you're like, well, maybe it's just speeding tickets or he's a serial killer. I feel like if that's even an option, you should just move on.
I know, but he's like the first guy that I've connected to in a long, long time. And I just want to know what happened.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if he picks up. Here we go.
Hello.
Hey, I was looking for Will.
Yeah, this is Will.
Will, how you doing, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Who's this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, okay. What's going on?
Not much. I'm calling you today because we actually had one of our listeners email us about you.
Okay.
Her name is Miranda.
Oh.
All right. And Miranda emailed us saying that she'd really like to go out with you again, but you haven't answered any of her phone calls or texts. And she was trying to figure out why.
Yeah, that was it's kind of a tough experience. So yeah, I just haven't called her back.
But
She told us about your date, but I kind of want to hear from your perspective. Did you like your time with Miranda?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But I mean, did she tell you about the whole date?
She told us about the movies, and then she told us about how you guys were, parked in the car making out, and then she told us about how the police showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you really want me to talk about this on the radio? It was kind of rough.
Yeah.
but you're
Yeah,
on the
sounds
phone
like
with us now, so you're not locked up. It can't be that bad.
Well, I don't know how comfortable I feel like sharing everything. I mean, I thought Miranda was a really cool girl, and I thought we had a great time.
Yeah, and
Well-
she said she had a great time as well, but she's just... Obviously, if you get arrested on a first date, somebody's going to have questions. Yeah.
And can you even imagine that she would even want to go out with you again? Like, if you went out with a girl and she got arrested, you probably wouldn't call her back. Like, she's obviously a forgiving person.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that she called you guys or emailed you guys because they literally took me away in cuffs. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of shocked, but I think we really got along and there was chemistry for sure.
I mean, you're answering the phone now, and she's tried to reach out to you. Why not just call her back if you liked her so much?
Because there's more to it. Like, I made a bad mistake a while ago, and I'm still paying for it. And regardless of how much I like Miranda and how good of our date went, it's not going to go well because I'm going to have to pay for the mistakes I've made, and it's all coming back on me now. So just so she knows, I don't know if you're going to get back to her or anything, but, it's not like I did anything horrible. There's no, nobody got hurt, nobody got... hit or anything like that.
Hit?
Do you mean hit like physically, or like you're a mobster and you're talking about you put
I
a
like
hit
that.
on somebody?
No, meaning punched or any, there was no violence. It was a stupid thing that I did that nobody got hurt at, victimless. That's the word.
But why don't
Victimless,
why
okay.
don't you just tell her? She's obviously a forgiving person.
If no one got hurt, right, then shouldn't be a big deal.
Obviously, I'm not a serial killer. I'm out right now, but I'm gonna have to go away for a while. So
What?
the idea of dating someone or that's just not gonna happen for me. Next year or so, 2 maybe. It's not gonna be a
Dude,
thing. I can't. It's not even a possibility.
Okay, and there's no way you can tell us what you did?
Come on, can we guess?
You guys, this is not a game. This is serious. I don't want to share what I did. It was stupid. I was an idiot.
If you won't share it with us, will you share it with Miranda? Because she's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Oh!
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Miranda, you still there?
Hi, Will.
Oh my God.
How are
I
ya?
can't believe this. Hi. I'm Miranda. I'm so sorry because I thought you and I had like an amazing time together, and I thought we had chemistry, and it's just horrible luck and stupidity on my part.
Well, people mess up. They make mistakes all the time, and it seems like it's not like you murdered somebody.
No, I didn't. I didn't do anything. No one got hurt. Like,
Tell us.
I just feel like I've waited so long to meet somebody, and we had such a great connection. So if you messed up, I mean, that happens. I just feel like if you just tell us what happened, what you did, I can look beyond that.
I was trying to take advantage of a monetary situation that I thought was going to go the right way, and it didn't. It went bad. And
Did you always know that you were making an illegal decision when you were doing it?
when it started off, it seemed like no one's going to know and no one's going to get caught. It was like an innocent thing that like no one's going to miss this. And I was wrong. I was an idiot. But I mean, Miranda, like, just so you know, I got to go away for at least 18 months. I'm not going to be able to date anyone. That's why I didn't call you, because I'm so embarrassed that there's just nothing I can do about this.
When you say you can't date anyone else, I mean, no, I don't want you dating anyone else. I want you dating me.
Whoa.
I don't think that's what
What?
I meant.
Are you serious?
You can tell from a first date.
Wait.
So even though Will has to go to jail for at least 18 months, you still want to date him?
I've waited this long, and I really have not had a connection this strong with anyone. I can look past this.
So you're trying to make
But
it
you don't even
official?
really know fully what Will did.
Well, nobody was hurt. There weren't bodies lying anywhere. So I feel like
That's what he
Good
says.
standards.
I mean, you're believing a guy who got arrested on your first date and never called you. Like,
I don't think you understand how bad it is dating right now.
I don't
Apparently.
think I do.
Will, what do you think about all that?
Miranda, I'm blown away. Like, I think you and I had such a great connection. I just can't believe that. I am so happy that you feel that way. But I can't ask you to wait for me when I'm behind bars.
Yeah.
Well, it's my life. It's not like you can tell me who I can fall in love with.
Oh.
I'll wait for you.
Wow.
Hey, Will, when do you have to report?
13 days.
13 days. Okay. Well, between now and 13 days, would you like to go on a second date with Miranda? We will pay for it.
I would love it. It would be the greatest thing ever.
You should probably go on more.
Okay.
Yeah, seriously. You should just date. You should just like move in and for the next 13 days.
I'd be happy to do that.
Wow.
So wait, so you like the idea of her waiting for you. You just don't want to ask her to do that.
I could never ask her to do that, but if she feels the same, like I feel strongly about Miranda, but I couldn't believe that she really like felt as strongly about it as me, but she felt the same thing I did.
Yeah.
But I totally understand that if you change your mind in the next 13 days or whenever that you don't want to do this, I totally understand. Like I wouldn't fault you for walking away from me.
Will, you don't have to say that because I know I want to be by your side. And you can take that all the way to the bank. I mean, unless you have issues with the bank.
Yeah, you don't really even know what it is. Well, congratulations,
Oh my God.
Will and Miranda. I guess you guys
Wow.
are going to go out on another date.
Oh, that's
And then, Will, you're going to report for your other date that you have coming up. And maybe conjugal visits from now until the next 18 months.
Oh.
That sounds amazing. I didn't even think that was possible.
oh my God.
I'm so excited. Thank you.
This
Yeah.
is like the weirdest start to a love story ever.
I know. And, Will, when you can finally talk about it, will you guys get back to us and let us know?
Seriously.
Well, I mean, depending on what's in the testimony or what's left out of the testimony, I will totally tell you.
All right. Sounds great. We'll talk to you in about 18 months
Yeah,
then.
maybe earlier.
Yeah,
maybe.
depending on behavior.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
All right, that was a second date from a while ago, and now Will and Miranda are actually on the phone with us. Hey, guys, how are you?
Good.
We're good. We're good. Really good.
Okay,
Really?
Miranda's still alive, which is a good sign that he wasn't, in fact, a murderer. Like, was one of the options.
Well, he's alive too.
Oh, yeah, so he must... Wait, I thought you had 18 months. There's a lot of questions here.
Well, the last time we talked, you were days away from going to jail for 18 months, so I'm guessing you're out now?
I am out. I got out a few weeks early because I good behavior. I did everything right. I kept my P's and Q's. And
Okay, well, that's
did what
great
I
and
was
everything.
supposed to.
Congratulations, but what did you do?
He still.
That's
wanna
what we want to know.
Oh,
Who
come
doesn't
on.
want to know?
I still don't really want to talk about that. It's something that I did, and I paid my price. I didn't hurt anybody, directly or intentionally hurt anybody, but I don't really want to talk about it.
Oh.
Yeah, he did tell me what he did, but it's not really my place to share. I think it was.
Come on, Miranda, you were my last hope.
Brooke.
I'm just happy he served his sentence and it's back to normal now.
So wait,
So
does
what's
that
normal? Is that you guys are dating still?
you're together?
Well, you did get us another date, so yeah, we took advantage of that, and it's been good.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it was just super special. I mean, being in jail for that long was horrible. And when Miranda came and picked me up, that was a magical moment. And that's when I got to, meet our daughter for the first time.
Huh?
What? Your daughter? You guys have a kid?
Wait, hold up.
You gave us that date, and
You got
After a
pregnant
jail.
on your second date?
we did.
We did it, Brooke.
Hold on.
This is thanks to us. I'm
My
so happy.
My mind's so blown. Was it intentional or was it a surprise?
Yeah, no, that was not planned. I would not think about getting her pregnant right before going into jail.
Okay.
On the second date.
Dude, congratulations.
That's so cool.
That's a lot. What is it like right now for you guys?
It's
Better
pretty
than
great
now.
being out. It's pretty great having, we're a family now. And, I've got this beautiful daughter, Caitlin, and Miranda allowed me to name Caitlin, at least her middle name, after my cellmate in jail that really kind of looked out for me and, took me under his wings and took care of me when I was there. So that was a real honor.
Tell me it's not like
to him.
Rhino or something. Like, what's or Bubbles? Like,
Buzz.
what's the baby's
No,
middle
his
name?
his name was Jean, so it kind of worked. So our daughter's name is Caitlin Jean, and it really worked. And he was really
awesome.
honored when I told him.
Awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
She's got a badass story for her middle name.
Yeah.
I mean,
Miranda, how do you feel about the baby name?
Yeah, it was a little weird. At first I was like, oof, I don't know about this, but
Yeah.
I met him, and it was nice that Will had a friend in jail, and yeah, he's cool, so I totally didn't mind it.
oh my
That's so
gosh.
great, you guys.
So what's the next steps? Like, are we just chilling for a minute with just the baby?
Yeah, like you guys moving in?
We've only gone on 3 dates, so we're going to take it slow.
Good.
Okay.
Only 3 dates, a baby with a felon's name? You might as well take things slow. Sounds like you're taking things slow.
Send us a
Thank
picture
you.
of Caitlin Jean.
We got someone pregnant,
Okay.
you guys. Yay!
Well, thank you guys. It wouldn't have happened without you guys, so we appreciate it.
All right, well, thanks a lot, you guys, and keep us updated. And we'll try to schedule baby number 2 around your jail time in the future, okay? It makes it easier.
For sure.
There are a lot of exciting things that can happen on a first date. You could maybe go skydiving together. That'd be exciting. You could find out that they're just as into Jello wrestling as you are. That's another exciting thing. Or the police could get involved. That's always fun.
That's not
And
actually.
apparently that's what happened
What?
on Miranda's first date, who's on the phone to do a second date right now. We'll get into that in just a second. But what's up, Miranda? How are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
Are we like on a collect call from a correctional service right now?
From home.
Okay, house arrest. I get it.
No, it's the other way around.
All right.
Oh no.
We'll get into the cop thing in just a second. But first, tell us about the dude you want to call today. What's his name?
His name is Will.
Will. All right. And how did you meet Will?
I met him on Tinder, actually.
Okay.
So it's no wonder cops got involved then, I guess. That makes sense.
What stuck out about Will on Tinder?
Oh, he was adorable. I mean, he was cute. It seemed like we would have a lot in common. And then we met up, and he was just as cute in person.
Okay, so you liked him a lot.
I did. I sure did. We talked a couple times, and then I've been dying to see this movie, and he agreed to go with me. And, yeah, it seemed to be going pretty well for a while.
So a movie date, that's always, that's a good date, right?
Yeah, he was like a gentleman. He bought popcorn and, was really cute and sweet, and it seemed to be going really well. And then it went downhill.
Okay, so let's get into the downhill part.
Yeah.
Your email mentioned the police, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the movie was great. He was totally sweet, putting his hand on my arm. I got a little emotional at the end, and he was so sensitive and really just cool. And so, of course, it kind of turned me on. And, he was going to drive me home afterwards because I had to get to work early the next day. And we just started making out in his car just down the street from my apartment.
Oh my
Nice.
God, it's like you're 16 all over again. You went to a movie and now you're making out in a car.
It was so cute. It was adorable. And literally, we're so carried away. And then all of a sudden there was a knock on the window, and it scared the crap out of me.
Oh my
Oh.
God. The police were there?
Oh, yeah.
did they think you guys were like hooking up in public or something?
Yeah. Well, indecent. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't indecent exposure. No, it was just like, hey, you guys can't do this here. You know, it's a residential area. And so he was really cool. But then he was just like, you know, we just need to run your IDs and just make sure you're not like, you know, trying to do something else. And we're like, oh, okay. And so the police just ran my ID, came back, and then ran Will's ID and came back and asked him to get out of the car.
Shut up! What did they find?
Get a warrant?
Honestly, I have no idea, but I was like kind of freaking out. And then all of a sudden, like he went around to the car and they cuffed him and they took him away. I got out of the car and was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And the cop was just like, I'm not at liberty to discuss this with you, ma'am. You'll have to take it up. Anyway, so he was taken off and I went home.
Wait.
What are you
Weren't you in his car? Like you were stranded, or did you?
I mean, we were only like a block from my house. So, you know, the cop said, you know, do you need a ride home? How are you going to get home? And I was like, well, I'll just walk.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Did you get to give him a goodnight kiss before you walked home, or were they not cool with that?
No, that was it.
Okay, wait.
Oh.
Why do you want to call this guy again? Because, I don't know, getting arrested on your first date, kind of a red flag.
I know, but then I thought to myself, it could be a bunch of parking tickets or something like a serious crime. And I want to give him the benefit of the doubt because it was so out of left field from his personality and the way he acts all night, like such a gentleman. So I thought maybe if I could find out.
So you liked him enough that despite him being arrested, you still want to try to go out with him again?
Yeah, I haven't heard from him at all. I mean, I texted him a couple of times and then I called him, but I haven't heard back. So I don't know if he's still locked up or he's just embarrassed.
Wow.
Well,
Huh.
I guess we'll play a song and we'll dial that phone number that you have and see if he picks up. If not, then maybe you can, I don't know, search some sort of registry somewhere to see if you can get some visitation time. I don't know.
I'd just like to know if this guy is, you know, a crazy serial killer or if he just got caught up in the wrong thing at the wrong time.
Okay,
all
yeah,
right.
that's good.
Well, we'll play a song and then come back and call him and get your second date right after this, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
In today's second date update, we'll try to answer the age-old question, is it possible to find love at a used car lot? I know for me, I haven't found love, but I have found that if you're willing to put in the effort and add a little elbow grease to the situation, you can get that deal down by at least $100.
No wonder you love
Gotta
buying
be-
new cars all the time.
Gotta be willing to do the work, though.
Yeah.
Sort of like Alice, who's on the phone to do a second date update right now. She thinks she might have found love at a used car lot.
For real?
Yep. What's up, Alice? How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. So your email said that you met the dude you want to call today while buying a used car.
That is true.
And all I can see in my head is a really bad suit and really greasy hair.
No, he was a good-looking guy.
Okay. And what?
I still don't believe you, but okay, continue.
What's his name?
Dent.
Dense? Like you're dense in the head?
No, Dent. D-E-N-T.
Dent. His name is Dent, and he works at a car lot.
Shut
I
up.
know.
No way.
It's funny, I
I
think.
guess he was born for the job. All right. So tell us a little bit about Dent.
So I was shopping for a new car, just looking for something a little bit bigger,
Uh-huh.
and we kind of just hit it off. And he asked me out for coffee, and we went out, and I have 2 kids, which can sometimes be an issue.
Did you bring them along for coffee?
No,
Oh.
they weren't with me at the time. But I didn't know how to bring it up because we just met. I didn't know if dating someone with 2 kids was going to be his thing. So
I feel like he's a guy named Dent from a used car lot. He should just be lucky he's on a date.
no, he was really cute. He was really funny.
Okay. So Dent has a lot to offer.
Okay.
What did you like about Dent so much?
I just liked talking to him about random things.
Okay. What'd you guys talk
Okay.
about while you were having coffee? What's a highlight from your coffee date?
We both really like long distance running.
Okay.
Really? Wow.
So you're
Yeah.
both big runners. That's something that you probably didn't realize you would have in common with someone like him.
Right, exactly. And the conversation just went smooth. He even complimented me.
What do you
What
say?
did he compliment you on? Like, you have great taste in automobiles, let me tell you.
No. When I finally told him that I had kids, he told me that I didn't look like a mom.
That's not
Okay.
a compliment. Hey, that's an insult to moms everywhere, Dent.
It's like a backhanded compliment.
I don't know. It's saying you haven't let yourself go like most moms is what it's saying.
No, I think he was trying to be complimentary. I didn't say it in the right way.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, did you go to coffee right after you were looking at the car?
Yes.
Okay. And so, did you go back to the lot after?
No, I told him after coffee that I would need to take some time to think about the car.
Dude, he couldn't even close the car deal on a coffee date.
No, I don't know. I just wasn't sure at that time.
Okay. Have you made a decision on the car? Did you ever figure that out with him?
Yeah, I ended up going back and getting the car, but he wasn't there at the time, so I just bought it from one of his other coworkers and left him a note saying to give me a call.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, that's probably why he's not calling you back.
Because I didn't buy the car from him?
Yeah, of course. He gets commission off that.
Yeah, but I think he asked me out for coffee because he likes me, not because he's trying to sell me a car.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, even if he did like you, the fact that you wouldn't go through him and he loses his commission, I would never call you again.
Whoa!
I couldn't do it.
I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it like that. I don't know. When you have two kids, your brain gets foggy, and I needed a car.
Yeah, I don't know. Alice, it sounds like you're a sweet mom of two that is good looking and you just got scammed, is what it sounds like to me.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
I mean, maybe, yes. Maybe he's not calling me back because I didn't buy a car from him, or maybe he's not calling me back because I have two kids.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I just think that I wish he said something.
Either reason is really crappy.
Right?
I just want to let you know.
So has he gotten back to you at all?
No.
You haven't heard anything from him. And how long has it been?
5 days.
5 days with no call from Dent. I'm sorry about that.
Damn it.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, all right?
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I just have one question for the woman who's on the phone for a second date update today. Alice,
Yes.
what is it going to take for me to get you into a date? What's it going to take?
What do you mean?
What do I got to do? What do I got to do to get you into this second date update? If you're wondering why I'm asking Alice that, that's because she met the guy that she wants to call today at a used car lot. He was actually the guy trying to sell her a car. His name is Dent. And she went there looking for a car. They bonded a little bit, then went for coffee. And she didn't buy a car from him that day. But she did go back to the dealership the next day and buy from another salesman. And now Dent isn't calling her back. So she fears that maybe the reason he's not calling is because she bought a car from a different dude.
I'm still not sure that he thought that your guys' coffee date was actually a date. I never heard. How did you guys end stuff?
We just kind of said, we'll be in touch with each other.
Over the car or over another date?
I guess it was unclear.
Okay.
That sounds like a really romantic ending to the
it
whole
does.
thing. All right, well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now, see if we can get Dent on the phone and make a deal. You ready?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Hello,
Hey, may I speak to Dent, please?
this is Dent.
Hey, Dent, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Okay, how'd you guys get my number? What's going on?
Well, I got your number because I'm in the market for a Toyota Tercel,
Oh, stop it.
1985, if you got it.
Okay. Unfortunately, we don't have anything like that specifically on lot right now, but
Dent.
Dent, I'm not calling about a Toyota Tercel.
No one is ever calling about a Toyota Tercel. Let's just say that right now.
okay, then what are you calling me about?
Well, I'm calling because you recently went on a date with somebody, and they emailed us to get a hold of you.
Okay. I'm on a date?
Yeah. We do a segment on our show called The Second Date Update. So you went out with a girl named Alice for coffee a little while ago.
Oh, okay. Okay, I think I know what you guys are talking about. Okay.
Okay, good. So you know Alice and you remember Alice.
Yeah, I think so. If I'm thinking of the right person, yeah, I remember her.
She's the one that wanted to buy a car from you, but then didn't buy a car from you.
Yeah, how could I forget that?
It sounds like you're not happy about that.
Well, I am a car salesman, and we talked about buying a car, and then she didn't buy a car. So, yeah.
We
Is that the reason that you're not calling her back because she didn't buy a car from you?
Okay, so let me just backtrack and explain what's going on here. So, yeah, I'm a car salesman, and yes, we talked about buying a car and went out to coffee, but here's the thing. I'm one of the best car salesmen on the lot, and then there's also, like, I'll call him my rival, but actually he's not really like my arch rival, anything. He's like one of my best friends. We're like total bros. And kid you not, we seriously go 1-2 every month back and forth with deals and commissions and sales, yada, 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 yada.
It sounds like an exciting relationship you guys have.
He's like, yeah, he's my best friend. It's always fun to like bounce back and forth and be like, ha, beat ya.
Okay.
Okay.
And what does he have to do with any of this?
So the guy she went and got the car from, after I set everything up, and was like, yes, going to get this sale in, she bought it from him.
Oh, so you're pissed because she gave that dude a sale over you.
I mean, it wasn't even that. That car sale is what put him over the month, and then so I ended up losing the month to him.
Oh, that sucks.
And on top of everything, he gets this big bonus that I've been so close to getting every month. So yeah, he walks away with my bonus, gets the deal, and he's constantly rubbing this in my face and won't let it go.
Wait, no. Can we all pause for a second? I mean, yeah, that sucks for work, but romantically, you didn't like the girl? Like, I don't get why that has anything to do with her. She didn't know any of that.
I never said I liked her romantically, though.
Oh. Well, she feels different. She thought that you were into her.
Yeah.
Look, I wasn't romantically interested. I'm gay.
What?
Oh.
Whoa.
Well, doesn't that change everything?
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Why didn't we just
Apparently,
start there?
Nobody picked up on that, and she obviously didn't pick up on that.
Yeah, so, like, sorry if that, like, didn't get communicated, but, yeah, it was, like, no intention to her. Really nice girl and everything, but, yeah, there's no way that's going to work out.
Hey, you know who'd be really surprised to hear that? It's Alice, and she's actually on the other line listening right now and wants to talk to you.
What are you talking about? She's on the phone?
Yes, she is. Alice, you there?
Hi.
Hey. Dent is gay, if you didn't hear that.
Yeah. Didn't really get that vibe from you when you asked me out for coffee and were flirting with me, but I guess that makes me feel better. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry about that. I mean, like, no offense to you, it's just, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't, maybe there were signs and I didn't pick up on them, but.
I mean, I would hope so. It was like, I talked about my partner half the time.
I thought you were talking about your business partner.
No, talking about my husband.
Oh my God, dude, you really weren't trying to pick up on her, Jen.
No.
I still thought like maybe you were like, well, still leading her on just for the sale. But if you're talking about your partner half the time,
well, then I don't understand why you said you thought I was attractive.
I mean, like, you're a pretty woman, but yeah, it's just, I can look at someone and say they're pretty, can't I?
I don't know. Does your partner approve of that, Dent?
I mean, heck, we go out on coffee ourselves and we look at people and say who's hot and who's not and who's pretty. So why couldn't I?
Okay.
Right?
I guess I was just confused. I thought you liked me more than that.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. But you know who might actually be interested, might be able to help you out there? The guy you bought the car from?
Yeah.
I can guarantee you he's single and he would be interested. Ever since you bought the car, he hasn't shut up about it, or you.
Oh,
wow.
Really?
whoa, you are quite the salesman, Dent.
Dang.
See? Thank you.
He's getting
Can I
used.
have my bonus for it?
Yeah, sorry, you still lose out on the bonus.
Oh, no.
But Alice, would you like to go on a second date with Dent to the car lot to meet that other dude that sold you the car so you could go out with him maybe?
Ooh.
You know what? Why not?
Yay.
Awesome. I love playing matchmaker. I can promise you I will get you guys in contact within like the next hour.
Wow, okay. You do work quick, Dent.
That's my specialty.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, Alice, congratulations. I think you got a second date out of the second date update.
Guess I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not what I was expecting, but
But it turned out wonderful.
I hope so.
And Dent, next time I buy a car, I'm buying it from you.
Oh.
For sure.
Oh, well, if you're talking about that Tercel we talked about a little bit ago, I don't have that in stock, but I can set it up, I guarantee, in the next few days.
Wonderful. Let's do it, Dent. Get Alice a date, get me a Tercel. This is a great second date update.
Yeah!
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Everybody is texting in at 78592 saying Alice, the girl from today's second date update, has horrible gaydar.
Some people just don't have it.
Yeah, some people just can't tell. If you missed today's second date update, this girl named Alice wanted to call a dude named Dent. He works actually at a car dealership, and she went there to look at a car, and then they ended up having coffee, and she thought that he was really into her.
Yeah.
And then he stopped calling her back. Well, we found out that one reason that he was kind of upset was because she didn't buy the car from him that day. She came back and bought it like the day after from his rival.
Which is like not even rival or not. That's a slap in the face for anybody making commission.
Oh,
Come on. I did all the work and you give it to him, right?
So she bought it from somebody else, and that's like his friend, but they always go back and forth like, I got the bonus this month and you didn't.
Yeah.
So he ended up getting his bonus and Dent didn't get his. But also, Dent's gay. And
Yeah, that's kind of a deal breaker.
yeah.
You know?
And even the whole time, I guess, while they were having coffee, he was talking about his partner, and she just thought he was talking about a business partner. Didn't pick up on the fact that Dent isn't into her or any woman,
See,
really.
nowadays, I actually, if I hear partner, I never assume work. I always assume it's a partner.
Yeah.
And then they could be talking about a work partner.
Sure.
I don't know.
And they're like, that's so good that you're open about it. And you're like,
Yeah.
he's like, no, that's my business partner.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Dent was gay and not interested. But we did find out that the dude that she did buy a car from is actually interested in her because Dent's like, he won't shut up about you. So he wants to play matchmaker and set them up on a date.
That's cute.
So
I
his
like
friend's
it.
gonna like win twice.
Yeah.
He's got the money and the girl.
And the girl. But Dent doesn't care about the girl. He just would rather have the money.
Yeah. He works on commission. He's like, hello.
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Brooke and Jubal in the mornings.
Wouldn't it be cool if on first dates, instead of picking where to go, you could choose when?
What?
Like if you could take your date back to 16th century France.
Oh, you mean not like Friday at 6? You're talking about actual time travel.
Yeah. Go back to France in the 16th century, watch an archery competition together,
Or
sip
maybe-
some mead by a raging fire while they burn a witch at the stake.
Oh, I was going to go with the beheading. So, lot to choose from
Oh,
during
yeah.
that area.
My goodness.
It's the romantic period, as I hear. And one of our listeners says they kind of took a trip back into time for their first date. I'm curious what that means, but let's talk to Samantha. Samantha, welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you guys?
Ooh, I can't wait to hear what time period you went back to.
Yeah. But first, tell us about the guy that you time traveled with. What's his name?
His name is Eric.
Okay.
You're laughing.
Eric the Great?
Yes.
Or
Still laughing.
I don't know. He might be Eric the Surf.
The surf,
Surf,
like
serfdom.
servant back in the.
Did not know they used
Okay.
that.
I didn't know that either.
SERF,
Yeah.
anyone?
It's on a fiefdom.
Okay.
Okay.
what?
All right.
You guys are so smart.
Why do you know this?
Brooke and Jeffrey.
They're
that's why you
older.
guys are the
They're
leads.
older hosts.
Yeah, that's true.
We're around for that. Let's tell us more about Eric. Where did you meet?
We met actually on a dating app.
Okay.
Okay.
Not so old.
Yeah, so that is current. That's modern.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally modern, and he had a lot of photos on his app. And guys, I'm going to tell you, you got to put a lot of photos because Eric had just the nicest smile and the kindest eyes, and I was just
Oh, like his profile.
Yeah. Yeah, why she was attracted to him. That's sweet. How did it turn out in real life? Did
okay. So it took us a few weeks to kind of connect because we're both really busy.
Okay.
So we kind of got to know each other online. But here's our date. We went to a Beatles tribute band concert.
That sounds dope.
Now, is this like late 60s Beatles or are we talking 50s,
Yeah.
These guys were amazing. They did the whole thing. They started out as like the early Beatles, like Ed Sullivan Show kind of thing, and they kind of went through, and then they got their Sgt. Pepper outfits on.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Oh, Yellow Submarine.
George Harrison just suddenly disappeared off the stage at one point.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, I mean, how realistic did they get?
Oh, come on. They just start doing, more and more drugs as the show
Yeah.
goes on,
Yellow
is what
Submarine
happens.
hits and all
The
that.
beginning of the concert, they were sober.
I mean, that sounds like it was pretty fun. Did you and Eric have a good time with that?
I thought we did. I mean, he was into it, and we were having a great time. I mean, There were a mix of people there, I do have to say. I mean, there were a lot of seniors going, when I actually went to a Beatles concert, I'm like, I'm not, I wasn't even born at that point. But
I would imagine the entire crowd was pretty silver-haired.
Yeah.
Like, that's not something you're going to with young people.
Or a confused Gen Zer who's like, dude, this new band, the Beatles, they sound awesome.
I've done that before in a place.
No.
I got an autograph from like a tribute band.
Oh my God.
You guys are going to make it.
Yeah.
Okay, so did the tribute band get the romantic feelings going?
Well, I don't know about romantic feelings, but we had a really great time. I mean, we were jumping around and screaming and everything, you know.
Okay, so you had fun.
Concert, nice. It was lit.
Yeah, but that's a great way to spend a first date.
Yeah, of course. It's a good vibe. At least you're having a good time.
Okay.
Positive.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. We were really close to the stage, which was awesome. But at one point, one of the guys in the band actually brought me up on stage during Twist and Shout and, had me dance with them on the stage. And I don't know if that made Eric jealous.
Because you twerk and shouted, didn't you?
It wasn't twerk and shout, no.
Okay.
That would be weird to make somebody jealous. I feel like if anything, that'd be a red flag for you against him, not the other way around.
I can see a guy getting jealous. Like, that's my girl. I'm trying to impress her.
It's part of the performance.
Yeah, but a tribute band guy, he's going to ask her to come backstage and all that crap.
Well, at least she's wanted.
Yeah.
I
the members of this band have to be like in
How old are
AARP
these people?
as well.
Which is even more reason for him to be like, finally, come back to my green room, lady.
Did they hit on you? Did you feel like there was ulterior motives there?
No, I didn't feel anything like that, but that's the only thing I can think of that it might have done something that he wouldn't contact me. But, I mean, he drove me home, and we hugged before he left, and I said, hey, let's do lunch sometime, and he said, sure.
Oh.
And ever since then, I've been, texting him and trying to nail down a time, and he's being really vague, and I just don't know why.
Maybe he met a silver-haired fox while you were on stage.
Sugar mama.
Maybe. So the only thing that you can think went wrong is when you got pulled up on stage as part of the tribute band's performance. There was no other weird moments?
I don't know if that's something that went wrong, but that's the only thing I can think of that would be different from us just going and having a good time.
Let's help you figure this out. We're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Eric for you, and we'll try and get you your second date, okay?
Thank you.
Awesome. If you're hearing this music wondering what's going on, don't worry. You're not listening to the wrong radio station. Well, you might be.
Yeah.
No,
but
don't
stay here
say
anyway.
that.
Please. Stay
But
here.
if you're thinking it's supposed to be entertaining. But the reason I'm playing Beatles music right now is because that's where one of our listeners' dates happened. It was at a concert for a Beatles tribute band. And Samantha, doesn't hearing this bring you back to a week ago when times were much happier? You're doing the hand jive together with Eric?
It does. We had an awesome time, and I just thought it was completely romantic, the whole thing, but maybe he didn't.
Yeah, well, he's not calling you back, so I think you may be right.
You
It's a
could have
bad sign.
twist and shouted too loud.
Yeah. I never asked, was the Beatles thing your idea or his idea?
It was my idea. I actually have been a Beatle fan my whole life.
Oh, I thought it was his idea.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, it was my idea. Here's the funny thing, though. I actually learned to read by following along with the lyrics on the back of Beatles albums. So
That's cool.
Whoa, pretty
They didn't just
extreme
teach you in
love.
school?
I think the question is, are you sure you're under the age of 55?
Yeah.
I am. I promise you that I am. It's just my parents were really into them, and that's like all I heard.
Yeah, right.
That's how I heard him, yeah.
So, I mean, by the time I was 3, I knew all the songs and all that stuff. So,
Okay.
I hope you didn't fanboy too hard.
Yeah.
Fangirl, I mean. While you
That's
were out
possible. You did mention you thought the one maybe weird part of it was when they brought you up on stage during part of the performance, and you were worried maybe Eric got jealous of that.
yeah. And I was having a fabulous time with the band members, doing twist and shout dance and all that. And he smiled and he seemed to be having a good time, but I don't know, maybe he was jealous of that.
Yeah, and come on. Obviously, you're going to be the one they pull up on stage. All the other ladies would not be able to take those stairs with their hips.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, let's do this. We're going to dial Eric's phone number right now. We're going to try and get you your second date. You ready?
Yes,
Okay,
please.
here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Eric?
Yeah, who's calling?
Hey, Eric. My name's Jeff from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you guys?
Oh, that's no one ever asks us that. That is so nice.
I know. So nice to meet.
I'm well.
I'm pretty depressed.
Okay, well,
terrible answers.
That's
no wonder
another
anyone asks
segment.
us.
Eric, we're doing a segment on our show called A Second Date. Are you familiar with that at all?
Not really. A second date?
That's right. So the way it works is if you go out with someone and afterwards, if that person isn't calling you back, you can email our show to reach out to them for you to help you figure out the reason why.
It's a little odd. Like, we use a radio show to do a date follow-up? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's sort of a last resort. It's because this person feels like they're having a hard time getting in touch with you. And her name's Samantha.
Oh. No, I mean, she was sweet. I mean, we had a cool time.
Cool time.
Ooh, you don't sound stoked about it at all.
No. I mean, we're hoping that maybe you'd be willing to tell us a little bit about what happened at the concert or why you're not wanting to see Samantha again.
Yeah, because she told us about the Beatles cover band or whatever that you guys went and saw.
To be honest, I mean, I enjoyed her company and whatnot, but it was kind of a little bit out of my wheelhouse, music-wise.
You're not a big Beatles fan, huh?
No, I mean, I know some of their songs. I mean, it's the Beatles. Who doesn't? But it's like she knew like every lyric to every song, and I kind of felt bad because I'm like, okay, I don't recognize this one.
Is the real problem just like you didn't have time to talk to her because she was singing the whole time? Is that what you're saying? You didn't get a chance to get to know her?
Right, like she was kind of more into the concert. I kind of felt like a not necessarily a date, and more like just a tag along.
Okay, well then, if that's how you feel, that's okay. But why not for your next date, get a chance to know her and do something new?
That's the issue, because she texted me and said, hey, I had a good time. And of course I replied, hey, and she's like, oh, we should do this again. And she gives me a list of like all these cover band dates she wants to do. And it's like Beach Boys and Simon and Garfunkel and Fleetwood Mac. It's like,
What? Harmon and Garfunkel?
Simon and
Garfunkel. Are you being serious?
I don't know what you're saying.
Cecilia, Bridge Over Troubled Water. Any of it.
You're just saying words.
Okay, so she's already planning out your future dates, and they're all old cover bands?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, she's like an old lady trapped in a young person's body.
Give her a break. I mean, obviously, she just thought you had a good time. So, some people aren't very creative with date ideas. So she's probably just sticking to the same thing that she thought you enjoyed too.
That's actually a good point, Brooke.
yeah, but like the cool thing about dates is varying. Like if you go do something your boyfriend or girlfriend wants to do or your partner wants to do, then the next go around it should be something that you want to do.
Okay, so why don't you give her a suggestion and ask her out then?
In fact, you can give her a suggestion right now because she's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you, Eric.
Oh, wait, what? Hey, how long have you been on the phone?
The whole time.
Oh man.
Yeah, she's pretty much been there since we started this phone call.
Yeah.
Hi, sorry. Wow.
You didn't say anything bad about her. I mean, we've heard a lot worse things.
No. I thought you had a really good time at the concert, so I was suggesting other things that were similar, thinking that you would enjoy it. But if you want to do something else, like go to dinner or something, I'm down for that.
I guess I didn't want to hurt your feelings by saying I wasn't really into the old school band thing, so I kind of just didn't, I didn't know how to approach that, and didn't want to upset you.
You seem like you're into it, and if you're not into it, you could probably become more into it the more you come to see him with me. I mean...
Huh, that's weird. So it's like if someone's like, oh, I don't like sushi, you're like, oh, why don't you eat as much sushi as you can? And that way you'll like it.
If you do something enough, then you'll learn to love it.
Force it.
Yeah.
Force it. It does kind of sound like it's coming off that way. And I don't know if you mean it that way.
I mean, I already told you guys, I was so into Beatles from like birth that it's how I learned to read. I mean, if my parents hadn't introduced it to me and like played it all the time, I wouldn't be into it either.
Yeah. Eric, if the Beatles can teach Samantha how to read, maybe they can teach you how to love.
Oh, Jeff. I love that. Sounds like a song lyric.
And sorry, I should have said the tribute band to the Beatles can teach you how to love.
I've already heard like 2.5 hours of straight Beatles music. I think I already know how to love at this point.
Love me do, Eric.
That's why you need to move on to the Beach Boys so you can learn how to surf now.
Dude, yeah,
Soak up those rays.
I mean, Brian Wilson was a musical genius. absolutely.
Who? Oh, Brian Wilson.
Brian Wilson
Okay.
was a musical genius.
Samantha, I think that it's great that you have that interest, but why does the person you date also have to have the same interest?
I mean, he doesn't have to, but this is classic stuff. I mean, he just has to experience it with me, and he'll know that this is just amazing stuff.
It sounds like he has
and he'll love it.
Yeah. What it sounds like is you want to change him. Yeah. That usually doesn't work
It
out.
doesn't, but I like
think
to
so.
watch it happen.
Brooke, isn't there like a really old movie or an old TV show that you loved growing up and then you showed it to your significant other hoping that they would love it too?
I don't know. My husband loves Jason Mraz like a lot. Yeah, it just.
Oh, and it's a
I'm
no.
still not on board. I can appreciate that he loves that and
you've
he
been to,
connects
like-
to that music, but it's just not my jam.
You've been to how many concerts?
Like 7.
See?
Like a lot.
Wow, he likes
Oh,
it that much?
I've met the man twice. Like
Jeez.
it's like, yeah, honey, that can be your thing.
Yeah, Jason Mraz is like, oh, this lady again.
But I've never once on my own put Jason Mraz
God.
on my Spotify.
But you developed an appreciation for it. You just said.
It's more of a tolerance, I would call it, than an appreciation.
Well, what about that, Eric? How about we build up a tolerance to this? And we would love to send you out on a second date to help you build up that tolerance, and we'll pay for it.
2.5 hours again of that. That was already tough enough making it through the first go around.
But Eric, that's just one. It's going to be many, many more after that.
You're not helping.
You're going to learn how to tolerate her and all of her musical interests.
Oh, great.
Does that sound good?
It sounds painful, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't
So
sound
you're
like
doing
her.
a terrible job
Yeah.
of selling this.
Every time you guys go to an old school concert, he can take you to a new school that one of his artists that he likes.
I would be okay with that.
Hey,
Oh, look at that, Eric.
compromise.
There you go.
Do you have any artists you like?
I mean, yeah, I love Bruno Mars and Silk
Okay.
Sonic, like what those guys are doing. I
There
think
you
that's
go.
great. And it's got a little bit of old school to it.
See, yeah, Bruno's got a little funk to him.
Samantha, how do you feel about Bruno?
I actually don't know much about Bruno Mars, but I'm willing to listen.
Oh, she doesn't know?
Okay, well, maybe if you guys stay together and you guys listen long enough,
wow.
you can go to the Bruno Mars tribute band together. And we'll pay for that.
Aw, that's a sweet 20-year anniversary.
Yeah. So what do you say, guys? Come on, give it one more shot, and we're going to pay for that date. Eric, what do you think?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'll give it a try. Why not?
Okay.
I don't know. He sounded like he's saying sure. He's never
Just
going to
go
answer
with the
no.
victory,
See,
man.
the road to tolerance starts with one yes. You got a yes. Congratulations, Samantha. You got another date.
I'm looking forward to it, and maybe we'll do dinner this time so we can talk about.
I've never heard dinner. Is that like a 70s band? They sound very
No,
nice.
it's diner.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I always get those confused.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I'm excited to talk to Aaron, the dude who wants to do a second date update today, because he accomplished something that I've never been able to accomplish, and I think a lot of guys have tried and failed at.
Uh-oh.
Aaron met a girl by putting his number on her car after he saw her get out of it and go in somewhere, and she actually called him back.
Oh my
You know how many times I've
What?
tried that, Aaron? Girls never call back. They usually just, I think, get the number and are creeped out and then throw it away, but she actually called him back. Aaron, how are you, man?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on here, guys.
Yeah, no problem. It's a pleasure to talk to you. I feel like I'm talking to some sort of celebrity because I've never known anybody that's actually gotten a call back from that. Did you write anything on the note that you left, or you just simply put your number in like, hey, I think you're
No,
hot?
I just put my number on the windshield. And in all fairness, this has actually never worked for me before. And
Okay.
it's like the first time. But this girl was really hot, and I was like, you know what? Let's just try it and see what happens.
Where did you include a headshot?
I did not.
Okay.
Where were you? Where were you parked?
I was just like at a fish and chips place and like just going to get some food. And she came out of the car and gorgeous girl. And I was like, oh, I need to try something. So
That's impressive.
Amazing, I know. Yeah. I've never heard of that working before in my life, so it's very rare, Aaron. So tell us about the girl that you went out with. What's her name? Wendy?
yeah, Wendy. She kind of looks like the dragon girl from Game of Thrones. Like Daenerys.
Oh, nice. High five, dude. She's hot.
Yeah. So, I mean, the nice thing is that she did actually call me back, and I said I wanted to take her out on a date, and she said okay, which was really cool.
Yeah.
She wanted to go to this French restaurant she really likes, so we went there.
Did you meet there? Was she like hesitant at all about meeting up with a total stranger?
No, we just met there, and I mean, I told her like, you know, a little bit of what I looked like, and told her what I was going to wear, so that she could like pick me out at the restaurant. But
that's daring.
No, she was really kind of cool and easygoing. I could have been a real creep. But
Yeah.
I don't think I was.
I know. I'm surprised she actually just was like, all right, cool, let's meet up.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it went really well. I mean, you know, we had dinner. It was a nice dinner, and then I asked her if she wanted to like go for like a drive or something, and she said sure. And so we just drove around my car for a bit and like looked at the skyline and stuff.
Did you make it to like Makeout Point? You know, maybe Cary Park up in
Did you
Queen
drive back
Anne?
to 1952 and go to Makeout
At the
Point?
same time?
Yeah. You guys neck.
Is there
Knock
any
some
kissing
boots.
going on?
That is very trustworthy of her to like get in your. I don't know. That's kind of crazy.
You're worried
that she,
about
like,
her a little bit.
Well, yeah, when he's like,
I am.
yeah, you want to get in my car and go for a drive?
I mean, I was trying to be as least creepy as possible given the circumstances.
You must be a likable guy, Aaron.
But at the same time, if she's that like comfortable and willing, you must have done something really creepy to also like turn her off.
Well, the only thing that got a little weird was, I mean, at one point I asked her like, hey, like, you want to come back to my place or whatever? And she said no, and I didn't like pressure her or anything like that, but she got a little quiet after that, and then it was only a couple minutes later that she was like, I think you should go home.
All right.
The implication.
So that might have been a little too much on
You
that.
didn't wink at her while you were saying it, did you? That could have done it. And how many times have you tried to get a hold of her?
I've called her like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
I haven't got anything back. And I guess that's why I'm calling you guys, because I don't know what's happened.
Okay, well, play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
That'd be awesome.
All right, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, Aaron, you ready to go with your second date update?
Yes, I am.
I think that the mistake you made was just going for too much too soon. Like, I feel like you met the girl in kind of a rare way. You put your phone number on her car. She actually called you back, and then you went out to dinner, and you made it through. But I don't think you should have gone for the car ride after dinner, and I especially don't think you should have tried to ask her back to your place. Like, I think you were almost there. You know what I mean? You just got to take, like, it's okay to lay down a bunt every once in a while and not try to hit a home run every single time. You know what I mean?
Actually, solid advice.
Maybe just a little too ambitious, huh?
Yeah.
All right. You ready to go, Aaron? We're going to call her right now.
Okay.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Wendy, please?
this is Wendy.
Hey, Wendy, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm moving 92.5.
Sorry?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the morning show on the radio station moving 92.5. How are you?
What is this?
We're a morning radio show, and we had a guy email us and say that he left his phone number on your car one day, and you actually called him back and went out for a date. And we were just calling you to see if we could talk to you about that for a second.
Oh, God.
Was that?
That was just a terrible mistake.
Oh,
really?
That's usually
It
not
was?
a.
Your friends will always be like, you have to live, you have to live in the moment. Like, call a guy who leaves his number on your car. No, never again.
Don't do it. Okay. All right,
Sage
Wendy. Hey,
advice.
you know what? I like you, Wendy. You're direct and to the point. So, what didn't you like about him? What was so weird?
You know what? It was going great. Actually, surprisingly, at the restaurant and everything, we decided to go for this drive, and, we're driving around, and I think I was, talking about work, something completely unrelated.
Uh-huh.
And I was in the middle of something he asked me about, and all of a sudden he just interjects the middle of my sentence with, have you ever hooked up with a girl before?
What?
Really?
He asked you that? That's pretty bold.
I don't know. You know what were you talking about specifically? What do you do for a living? It could have pertained to your job.
Whatever. He was not listening to
No,
one
it has
word.
nothing to do. No, definitely not. I mean, it was completely out of nowhere, and I just obviously was shocked. And he's like, "Yeah, I have a girl roommate, and why don't you come over? Maybe we'll just hang out and see what happens."
Stop it.
So,
What?
Wendy, he invited you back to his place to have a little menage a trois with his roommate.
Well, that's definitely what it felt like. I mean, unless he just thought I was just going to.
And he was left out.
If I had given him some indication I was in, which I definitely didn't. I mean, this is like the very first time we've ever met. Like,
That's a little much to go
Yeah.
for that. Had you guys even kissed at this point?
no. Of course, then I'm like, oh my God, I'm in this guy's car. You know, like, number two, dummy mistake. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. Like, I'm driving around and, like, I kind of just tried to be cool because, like, it's kind of scary. Like, when you realize, like, someone is, like, a freak, you know? I mean, like,
Now you're stuck in
well,
his
you know,
car.
I mean, he could be, like, a serial killer, you know? Like, yeah, first you hook up with my roommate, and then we eat your heart.
Hey, Wendy. Wendy, are you sure that that's what he meant by the whole thing? I mean, I know what it sounds like, but are you sure that
I'm
that's
sorry. What do you think that means?
I don't know. It could have been completely innocent.
So innocent. Jesus.
Well, why don't we ask him? Because Aaron's actually on the other line, Wendy.
Oh.
Aaron, did you ask her to come over and hook up with your roommate
Oh, God.
on your first date?
Aaron.
What I said was, like, maybe we could just come and hang out with my roommate, and then we can see what happens. I was just trying to get to know you. Okay? See if you were, like, adventurous.
So you were,
Have you ever hooked up with a girl? And I didn't hallucinate that, right?
I mean, I did ask you that. I just wanted to know if you're interested. I'm just trying to get to know you. That's how you get to know people.
No, you were trying to get to know me, so you interrupted the response I was giving you to a question you asked me about my job to ask me if I ever go ahead and hit it with a gal.
No, like your job is interesting and all, and like we can talk about that. But we're just getting to know each other. So I thought let's like bring it up a notch. Let's talk about something that has a little more substance to it, and see feel each other out a little bit.
Aaron, you don't have any shame at all. Like that's getting to know somebody for you is just diving right in like that.
Aaron.
Yeah, you should just go ahead and just be honest and like just get to the meaty stuff of a conversation.
Has this worked for you in the past? Have you had a lot of threesomes in this manner?
No, I haven't, and it's not even about that. Like, if you're not into girls or threesomes, whatever, I don't care. That's fine. I just wanted to get to know you and see, like, where the boundaries lie and kind of get to know who you are.
Where the boundaries
are? You don't think that's maybe, like, one of those sensitive topics, like religion and politics and, I don't know, threesomes?
I'm okay to talk about religion and politics, too. It's not as exciting as threesomes, but, we can talk about that, too.
Gosh.
Okay, well, I actually really would care to know about religion and politics because that's the kind of thing I like to know about a person. Tells me a little bit about a person before I would go ahead and jump in bed with them and their roommate, for instance.
Oh, awesome. And then let's talk about religion and politics all you want, and then we can talk about other stuff later if you want to.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, actually, I'm definitely not interested in that anymore, so.
Oh.
Cool. But now I know that, and now we can move past that. Now
Now that we've got that all out of the way, Wendy, would you like to go on a second date with Aaron? We will pay for it. Now that you guys you know each other, you got all the weird, there's always that weird tension of, hey, does she hook up with girls when you go out with a girl? Now that we know, would you want to go out with Aaron again? We will pay for it.
Absolutely not. Thank you so much for that generous offer of potential danger. Now I'm not interested in that.
All right. Well, Aaron, unfortunately, you didn't get a second date, man. Sorry.
I guess I just pushed it too far, huh? Just trying to get to know people.
It's kind of strange, I know, but
you shoved it over a canyon and it like pummeled like 5,000 feet down to the earth.
Try to find a stranger, like there's clubs. I mean, like people put out classifieds.
Yeah.
You don't just ask a stranger.
Hey, Wendy.
Yeah.
We never did get an answer. Have you hooked up with a girl?
You'll never know.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Saying all I want from you is to
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
If you want to make a first date memorable, you really only have one of two options. Either you can be very romantic, or you have to expose them to something that has a high rate of mortality. It's either flowers or funerals, no in between if you want to make somebody remember a first date.
Okay.
And Raul is on the phone right now to do a second date update, and he is a man that I can respect because he did one of those things. Raul, what's up, man? How are you?
I don't know. I don't think it worked out for me, man.
Oh my God! Please don't tell me that she's actually dead.
Yeah, what?
No, well, I mean, she might as well be.
Yeah. No, she is. She is. We're actually going to attempt to call her with a Ouija board.
Ooh, cool. We're doing a seance.
First second date update from beyond the grave.
Sweet.
No, she's alive. I'm sure she's fine. She's just not talking to me, you know?
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Before we get into what you actually did on your date, tell us a little bit about her. What's her name?
Justine.
Okay, and where'd you meet her?
We met online.
Okay.
I thought she was really, really cute, and she had beautiful eyes. They were amazing, and I loved her bio. She said that she's a risk taker, and you don't see that too often.
Okay, and what does that mean to you to be a risk taker?
I don't know. It's being spontaneous and trying new things.
Dude, it's a living without a schedule. I like it.
Wow.
You are a wild man, Raul.
Yeah, I can be sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay,
sounds like it.
sounds like it, Raul. So, what did you plan for your date?
Well, I thought I would surprise her, talk about being spontaneous. So I told her we were going to a restaurant, and I gave her the address. And when she showed up at the restaurant, obviously she assumed that we were going to be eating there. And I said, hey, actually, we're actually going down the road. And,
Whoa.
and so she was like wondering what it was.
Yeah, I'd be scared of you, Raul. I would be nervous.
I'm going to go with Jubal on this one. Like, first date off a dating app or the internet or whatever, surprises usually aren't going to work for you.
Yeah, I think she saw that I was trustworthy. I'm a trustworthy person. I wasn't going to take her to the middle of a field or something.
But you kind of did.
What?
What did you guys do?
Yeah, that's a good point. I kind of did. You're
Yeah,
right.
you did, actually.
Okay, now you're laughing about it, Raul. You do sound a little crazy, buddy.
It was in the spirit of risk taking, So I took her down the road, and I took her to a skydiving center.
No.
You took her surprise skydiving on your first date.
No.
That's crazy.
Bad idea.
Yeah.
Bad. That's bad, Raul. That's like something that people have to think of, or like a bucket list item. It's something that you wait your whole life to do if you're going to do it.
Yeah, but she was totally into it,
She was?
Well, we'd been chatting online already about it, and she said that she really wanted to do it. So I thought, why not surprise her with that?
Okay.
What did she say? What were her words when you're like, ta-da, we're jumping out of an airplane?
I could tell she sort of had that glint in her eye, and I could tell that she was into it.
Wow, you
Whoa, gosh.
And I already paid for it, too.
Oh, okay. That makes it even better. Yeah, for sure.
Because that's expensive.
Yeah.
That is not a cheap date.
How did everything go when you actually jumped out of an airplane?
Okay. All right. So this is the part that's hard to talk about. But so we go through all the training and everything, right? And you have to go through the position and all this stuff. And it's a tandem dive where you have the instructor is sort of glued to your back,
right?
And so I'm supposed to jump first, and they open the door, and I look down, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't jump.
What?
Oh, buddy.
So you're sitting there with one of the instructors strapped to your back, about to push you off the airplane, and would you stop him?
I just started yelling, no, and I fought him, and I freaked out, and I wigged out.
Oh,
I mean,
this whole time I know she's watching all this, and it just so I went and we got out of the way, and then she went and she jumped, no problem at all. I mean, no hesitation.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And did you actually jump, or did you just hang out on the plane? And
Well, no. So they talked to me, and then we circled around, to the spot, and then I finally jumped. Yes.
Oh, you did?
Oh.
Dude, that's awesome, Raul.
Wow,
You
man.
beat your fear and you made it happen. What was it like?
Let me tell you, I have to be honest. I hated it.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Hey, man,
Oh, poor Raul.
skydiving is not for everybody. At least you figured it out that day. Too bad it had to be on a first date with somebody who seems like they probably liked it.
Yeah, and then when we landed, the instructor was like joking around that he went deaf from me screaming in his ear.
Oh, man. And what was her response to this whole experience?
I mean, she said I was very brave and et cetera, but I mean, I could just tell that, she was sort of, I felt she was like laughing at me inside, I mean, it was embarrassing.
And how did everything end after the date? Kissing, or did she hold you like a baby and let you cry? How'd it work?
No, it was just uncomfortable, and I asked her if she wanted to go, get a bite to eat, and she said she was just really tired from all the day's activities, which I understood. So, we just gave each other a hug, and we said goodbye.
Oh man, that did not work out how you expected it to, did it?
Nope.
And was that the last you've heard from her, or have you guys talked at all since?
I mean, I've tried to reach her. I texted her, I emailed. I haven't heard back.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song, come back, and then call her and find out if you, being a little scaredy cat on the plane, is causing you not to get a second date.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that.
Yeah, no problem. All right, we'll get your second date update right after this. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update. And if you're just joining us, today's second date update is proof that you should not take risks in life. Just be safe, because every time you take a risk, it screws something up.
Oh, man.
Right, Raul?
Yeah, whatever.
Yep.
Oh, my
exactly.
gosh.
Raul, if you would have just taken this girl to dinner, maybe a movie, who knows? You could have been married by now. But instead, you had to surprise her with a skydiving trip, and then you ended up getting scared and not being able to jump out. And now she's judging you.
Yeah, no good deed goes unpunished, right?
I don't even know what that means, Raul. Don't even know what that means. All I know is you screwed up by taking her skydiving on the first date.
I said $400, man.
That is an expensive first date. And we don't know for sure that she's judging him for not jumping and screaming like a little baby inside the plane,
that
okay?
is true. If you're just joining us, he took a girl named Justine skydiving. The only thing is, Raul was scared to jump out of the plane.
Yeah.
She jumped out. They had to circle around again. He finally jumped out, but yelled so loud the instructor even commented on it after, like, wow, I've never heard anybody scream that loud. So that's why Raul thinks he's not getting a call. All right, man, you ready to get her on the phone?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, you sound so defeated, buddy. No. Be brave this time, okay?
Okay.
All right.
You sound like you're more nervous now than you would be going skydiving.
Yeah, I think I kind of am, man.
Okay.
Oh, man, good luck.
Here we go. I'm going to dial their phone number.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Justine, please?
This is she.
Hey, Justine, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Fine. Who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Okay.
We're calling you because one of our listeners actually asked us to get you on the phone.
About?
Skydiving.
Yeah.
Put it blunt.
It's actually true.
Skydiving?
Yeah. You went skydiving just, like a week and a half ago now? Something like that?
How did you know that?
Because Raul, the dude that you went skydiving with, wanted us to call you. Because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. So Raul told us how you guys went skydiving, and now he can't get a hold of you. So he asked if we could help.
So you're calling to ask me for Raul? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, it's kind of like a middle school type situation. Like,
right?
Hey, do you like our friend Raul? Can you check yes or no on this box?
It's so true.
Yeah, I definitely have to check no on that box.
Okay.
Really?
That makes sense.
Okay, well, do you mind telling us why?
He lied to me?
What?
He lied to you?
That is not the answer I was expecting. I thought you meant, like, it wasn't because he was being a big sissy and wouldn't jump out of the plane?
No, I was so over it before that even happened.
What?
You were over the date before you guys even went skydiving.
Oh, my God.
Well, his account is way different. I mean, other than being scared to jump out of the plane, he thought you had a great time.
I mean, I had a great time skydiving.
Okay, so
what
that was fun, but what did he lie to you about?
He kind of catfished me.
Oh, does he look totally different than what his picture did on the dating profile?
No, he looked like his picture. It was him. It was the same guy from the photo.
So how did he catfish you then?
Yeah, like his job or something?
He just lied on his dating profile. He said he was 5'8",
Uh-huh.
And I knew right away when I walked up and saw him, he is taller than he said he was.
Wait, what?
Huh? He's taller than 5'8".
Isn't that a good thing?
Yeah,
And
he is definitely taller than 5'8" because I am 5'10", and he was as tall as me. And I only date shorter guys.
What?
Oh,
okay, so
What? Are you like the only girl that has ever said that in the history of like the universe?
It doesn't really matter. He still lied.
Wait, okay. Right now, I don't even care about that point. Why do you want to date guys that are shorter than you?
I like to date shorter guys because I'm 5'10", and guys who are shorter than me, they try harder. They're a lot nicer. Tall guys are usually really talky and douchey.
Dude.
And I've just learned from experience.
Justine,
it is always better.
I'm like 5'7", maybe, and I've been saying that my whole life. That shorter dudes, we have to work harder, you know?
It really has.
Well, I would agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you guys, like, even if you want to make that big generalization and that's true, was Raul cocky and a douche? Like, I feel like you're judging him before he even got a word out.
I mean, it doesn't matter because I've had enough experience to know that shorter guys are just better. And, I mean, they're hotter to me.
Thank you. On behalf of all the short dudes, this is the best second date we've ever done.
I like what I like, okay? For example, I like being able to help out around the house and reach the tall things that the guy can't. I think that's fun.
Okay.
And I like going out with a guy that can be the little spoon, you know? Sometimes I want to be the big spoon, and that's a lot easier when the guy is short.
Hey, Justine, what do you feel about like a guy having to get on his tiptoes to kiss you when you're in high heels?
Oh, my gosh.
I think it's really, really cute.
Isn't it the best? It's hilarious. I love it because I like taller women to put on high heels next to me and make me feel like a little dude.
If you have a big nose, it's game
Oh,
over.
if you don't tell me you have a big nose, Justine,
guys,
I won't be able to finish this thing.
Stop trying to be her little pocket boyfriend, okay?
Boy. Justine, I'll calm down and fall back for a second, but I do need to let you know that Raul is actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Hi, Justine.
Seriously?
Justine, are you kidding me? I mean, that's why you're not calling me back?
Yeah, because you lied to me. I don't date liars, and I don't date tall guys.
Whoa.
You're both.
You're a lying tall bastard, Raul.
I mean, but this has to be the first time in history. Guys always lie and say they're taller.
Yeah, why are you lying and saying you're shorter, Raul?
Look, I didn't even realize I put 5'8". Okay, I'll go back and fix it. But Justine, come on. I mean, that's why you don't want to date me because I'm, 2 inches taller than I said I was.
Are you 5'8" or under?
No, but I mean,
Okay, fine. Then I'm not interested.
Oh my gosh,
damn.
Justin. Justin, you could be missing out on like the person of your dreams. You could be missing out on amazing people just because of this weird height restriction for you.
Or she could be more accepting to amazing people who are closer to the ground. Depends how you look at it, Justine. I'm on your side.
Yeah, we can tell.
Why are you guys trying to tell me what I like? I've been with guys. I know my height cut off. I want to be with a guy who's 5'8" or under, then we don't even need a king-size bed.
Yeah, and I'm not telling you, I am fully behind you on this one. You have my complete support, Justine.
I mean, come on. I mean, don't you like to feel protected by a guy who's, 3, 4, 5 inches taller than they
Oh,
are?
what are you saying? I need protection?
No.
That I can't protect myself? I'd prefer to be with a guy who could jump out of a plane before me without throwing a little fit.
She's got a point.
All right, you got me there, but I finally did jump. Okay, I did jump.
Oh,
true.
good for you.
Give him credit.
Yeah.
All 5'10" of you.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm pretty sure that we all know the answer to this, but Justine, would you like to go out with Raul one more time on a second
Nope.
date? We will pay for it. You didn't let me finish the sentence, Justine. We'll pay for it.
No, I can't believe it. I mean, over 2 inches. Who ever heard of a girl that wants a shorter guy? I mean, that's bizarre.
Well, I think if anything, you cut your losses, Raul. It's not something that you can actually control. So I wouldn't feel too awful about it.
And I spent $400.
That part
true.
you may feel bad about.
You are out $400.
Yeah. That was an expensive first date, Raul.
Can you pay for that?
Definitely not.
No.
We will not be paying for your first date that you went on.
Reimbursed.
Yeah.
Well, you were going to pay for the second date.
Yeah, but there wasn't going to be $400. It was like a $25 gift card to Red Robin or something like that. So I'm not doing that. Justine, are you still there or have you hung up on us by now?
Oh, I'm here.
Okay. Well, thank you for talking to us and thank you for telling us why you don't want to date Raul.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and I'll be hitting you up later.
That was going to happen.
I'm real short.
Yeah, go out with him.
Yeah. Thanks, Raul. Hey, didn't work out for you. I guess you got to find a girl who is accepting of you tall freaks out there.
You know, I'm 5'10". I'm not even that tall for playing out loud.
That's a good point.
Well, I'm sorry. You're too tall to ride this ride, so bye.
Oh, man.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Everybody knows that every successful first date should start with a prank. You know?
What?
When you pick her up and you get to the restaurant, if there's some stairs, whoops, tripped you.
What? No,
Oh.
God.
And then before you sit down at the table, of course, you got to pull the chair out from underneath her before she sits down.
Well, what hijinks?
Sure, you might break a couple bones, but at least she knows you've got a funny bone that is fully intact.
Uh-huh.
And that's what Travis did, I guess, on his first date. He tried to play a prank, and maybe it didn't work out well for him because he's not getting a call back. What's up, Travis? How are you?
Hey, guys.
Oh, my God. And you still think it's funny. Listen to you laugh.
I mean, hearing you introduce it that way, I was like, yeah, it is a good way to start a date.
So you agree with me?
Let's send her to the hospital. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if she doesn't laugh at it, then she's not the one for you, right?
Now, the prank that you described in your email wasn't quite as good as the pranks that I described, but
No, it wasn't like a full contact prank.
Yeah.
but
Okay, that's good.
that's maybe where you went wrong.
maybe.
All right, so tell us about your prank before we get into the rest of the date.
So I picked her up, and I drove her to a Taco Bell drive-through.
Oh, that's actually kind of funny. Like, you
I was
made her
like-
think that that's where you guys were going to dinner?
Yes. I was like, oh, so we're here, pick whatever you want.
That's pretty funny. What's her name?
Heather.
And did she laugh?
It was a little chuckle, but, I don't think she thought it was as funny as I did.
I think you still think it's hilarious.
I can see that she didn't get it at first.
Yeah.
Well, wait, how did you guys meet?
Oh, I'm dating app.
Oh, yeah, so she probably didn't think it was a joke.
Yeah, she
I mean,
probably
that's
thought
the
so.
thing. The bar is set so low. She's like, another one?
Is that like a realistic thing that would happen?
I feel like from the stories we hear of people who use Tinder and stuff, yeah, it definitely could be a real thing.
That she was pretty freaked out. So
All right.
I guess it makes sense.
So you did actually take her on a real date, though?
Yes.
All right. What'd you guys do?
Oh, we just went out for drinks and had a nice dinner. It was Italian stuff, and I don't know. It was really great. She's gorgeous, honestly. Like from her picture, I was super excited. So I got reservations at a nice place, and we had a good time. And I paid for everything. And I like to tip big whenever I'm on a date. And
What, to show off? To show that you, like, have enough money? Or just because...
yeah.
Oh, you're that guy.
Yeah.
Can you break $100 bill?
And you, like,
Just to let her know.
hold it over towards her so that she can see how much you're writing down?
Again, I sort of made it out to be like a joke, but I actually, wanted to show her.
Where you made it out like a joke, so did you actually joke with her about the tip? Like,
Yeah, it's like, gotta take care of my people. They take care of me, just.
How much did you tip?
It was generous.
Well,
I think it was around like 60%.
whoa. So more
So
than
I guess
half
you
of the
came
bill?
through with the joke. Dang.
Well, I mean, I started off going the other way, so I had to kind of
Right.
I'll make up for
let her know.
That's probably only good if your waiter's a dude, though, because if it's she might think you're hitting on her, being like, I'm going to give her such a big tip. She's always going to remember me.
Yeah, there's a gray area.
Okay, well, was your waiter a dude?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
good.
All right.
So wait, were you the guy on the date? I mean, it sounds like you're kind of a jokester, right?
I like to think. I like to have fun.
Is it natural or is it pretty put on? Because maybe she got tired of it. I mean, maybe that's a reason why she wasn't calling you back.
Maybe. There's no turning. There's no off switch.
There's no off switch with you. All right. Always on. Okay.
You could have been, yeah.
How did the date end?
I mean, it wasn't the entire outcome that I expected. I was kind of hoping, for a kiss or something, or invite me in, or I didn't get any of that.
Was there plans? I mean, did you make plans to see each other again?
I mean, I tried. I even called her as soon as she shut the door, but I couldn't really get.
You called her as soon as she shut the door? Were you attempting to be funny with that?
I just, just like, afterthought kind of thing. Kind of played it off that way, but I didn't really get a chance.
So wait,
to talk to her about it.
She didn't answer?
No.
Ooh.
Has she answered anything?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe she's playing a prank on you.
Yeah, prank. I don't
Yeah.
ever want to see you again.
I mean, if that's what she's doing, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it is.
I kind of
Except if
doubt
she
it.
never calls you back.
Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be good, but I mean, if she's really kind of that way, I respect it. I like her even more.
All right, well, we'll play a song and then come back and get your second date update, all right?
Okay.
All right, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
We've got a listener named Travis on the phone for a second date update right now, and he described his date as beautiful. That's the girl he wants to call today. Her name's Heather, but I was more interested in how Travis described himself. He said he's a dude without an off switch. He's just always on. And he even played a practical joke on his date when he picked her up. He took her by Taco Bell through the drive-thru and then was like, "This is dinner." And then he was like, "No, it's not." And then they went to a regular dinner, and he said they had a good time. He didn't get a kiss at the end of the night, and she hasn't answered any of his calls. But really, Travis, why are you so on all the time? Like, why don't you just ease off the gas a little bit once in a while?
I mean, that's just who I am, and women really respond to it.
Yeah,
Really?
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah, or they don't call you back. But yeah, I mean, that means I'm guessing that you've pulled this Taco Bell prank before with other women?
I mean, sometimes it's Wendy's.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. You can never telegraph your jokes like that. You know what I'm saying?
So wait, does that mean you're doing it every time you take someone out on a date?
It depends. If it's like a dating app date, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The other ones that you meet in person, you got a different prank for them.
Depends on the situation, but yeah, usually.
Sometimes
Okay.
he's not driving, so he can't do it. Yeah, I think it's what it really sounds like.
I'm just a master of surprise. It's who I am.
All right. Well, let's surprise Heather right now and call her and see if we can get you a second date, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Heather?
This is her.
Hey, Heather, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm well. Who are you again?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Okay. And what are you calling about?
Well, I'm calling you today because one of our listeners actually sent us an email wanting to get a hold of you.
Can you hold on for a second? I'm on the toilet.
Sure.
That is maybe the most honest response
Yeah.
you've ever gotten to that information.
Okay, then.
Sorry for the bad timing.
Done yet?
Yeah, hold on. Okay, I'm good. So what's going on?
Well, I just want to make sure everything's cool over there.
Yeah, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
All right. One of our listeners sent us an email because you went on a date with them and now you won't call them back. So they thought maybe we could help figure out why.
Oh.
It's called the second date update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up blowing them off, they can email us to get you on the phone and see if we can figure out what happened. You know, since you won't talk to them.
Is his name Travis?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is Travis.
Yeah.
Travis just doesn't quit, does he?
Kind of a kooky guy who's always on. That's how he described himself, at least.
I mean, I didn't see it as that, but maybe he would describe himself that way.
How would you see him then?
Oh my goodness. He was just sort of obnoxious and pretentious and a little bit like controlling. I don't know. He's
Pretentious
pretty
and
terrible.
pretentious and controlling. I
And
didn't get that from
terrible.
him.
Well, you weren't the one on the date with him like I was.
Yeah, not yet.
True.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I don't know. He sounded nice to me. We talked to him about your date, and he thought you guys had fun.
Oh my gosh, is he like delusional?
I mean, apparently he is, because honestly, when we asked him, like, well, why wouldn't she be calling you back? He was totally clueless.
Well, did he tell you about his precious car, his Tesla that he just got?
Oh,
No.
no, he's a Tesla guy.
He didn't tell you about it? Like, that's all he talked about the whole night.
Really? So is he just obsessed with his Tesla?
Yes, he wouldn't stop talking about it, showing me all the features and how cool it is. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, you got a new car. You know, you're excited about it. I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt at first because, you know, if I get a new car, I'd probably be happy about it too.
Yeah, and those are cool cars. Not a lot of people get to go in them.
Right. So it was nice to get to ride in one, I guess.
Yeah.
But then we get to the restaurant, and he's still just concerned about his car. Like, I was picking out things I wanted to order because he was asking me, well, what are you going to get? What do you think about getting? And at first I wanted the margarita pizza.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, no, you'll get stuff all over your hands and it could get in my car. Why don't you get something where you can use a fork?
Don't
Really?
get finger food. You may ruin the Tesla.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how I'm going to get food from the restaurant into your car. It's not like we're eating in your car, but...
That would make me want to order the margarita pizza then. I'd be like, oh, really?
Right?
Well, I'm going to order it.
Yeah, I almost did. Because then every suggestion I made after that, he kept, like, vetoing it. He didn't want me to get the lobster linguine because he was like, oh, that's really greasy.
Is where you're going to grease up the seats in his Tesla because you get some sort of greasy food?
Well, not just that, but he thought that the smell of the lobster would somehow get into the leather seats of his car, and that his car would smell like lobster.
Does he think you're going to take a bath in lobster instead of just eating?
I don't know. I guess.
Oh, my God. And why is this guy even dating? It sounds like he's in love with his car, and no one will ever match it.
Right? He didn't even want garlic bread. Like, he sent the garlic bread back because it was too buttery.
Oh, man. So basically, this dude should not be doing anything because it could possibly maybe ruin his Tesla.
Yeah, it was really weird and really controlling too. I'm like, you can't just tell me what I can eat and what I can't eat. Like, I was really put off, and I was like, I just want the date to be over at this point.
Would the date have gone better if he let you order whatever you want and then called you an Uber so you didn't stink up his seats?
Oh, that would have been terrible too.
Look at you finding a solution to make everybody happy, Jubal.
All right, date's done. I'll meet you somewhere else. Just you got to get in an Uber. Can't drive my car anymore because you ordered the lobster.
All right, garlic bread.
It was literally the worst date ever.
Wow.
Ever? Wow.
Ever.
How is that possible?
Who's that?
Well, Heather, that's Travis. He's actually on the other line listening and apparently couldn't wait to talk to you.
Oh, my God. He heard the whole thing?
Yeah, I heard everything.
Well, I guess now you know why I haven't called you back.
Heather, I'll have you know that the Tesla, it's the most technologically advanced car that's even being made. Like,
oh my God!
People wait for years to get their Tesla. Like, they pre-order them.
Yeah, but
like,
why?
Yeah, I get that, but like, why do you have to control what I eat? Because you're that concerned.
I mean, it's not just that I was controlling what you eat. I was controlling what I eat too. And like any of the food.
That doesn't make it better.
Greasy things, greasy chocolate, no coffee, nothing that can make some kind of stain does not get to go in my Tesla.
Oh my God, Travis.
So you don't bring the food into the car, but you could eat it in a restaurant.
You got to really wash up good, you know?
Travis, are you listening to what she's saying? I mean, at first you went from like the guy who can't stop bragging about his car, and then you went to the guy who's like weirdly controlling about his vehicle.
Honestly, you sound like someone that doesn't own a $120,000 car.
You're very right.
When you have a Toyota Corolla, you're not complaining about people eating it. But, you know, when you have a beautiful Tesla like I do, it's a different story.
I mean,
you're crazy. You made me wash my hands twice to make sure that I was clean enough to enter your car.
I mean, listen, I picked you up. I paid for everything. I tipped pretty generously, and I think, you know, using a couple wet naps before and after dinner, like, that's not a big ask.
So wait, you're saying that she owes you the hand washing because you paid for everything?
Did I mention my car cost $120,000?
What? No, I don't think you said that, Travis.
That's like a beach cottage.
Yeah.
I guess. Well, I guess that would be like a beach cottage somewhere. Or a mansion in Detroit. I don't know. That's a lot of money, though. I agree, but
it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I don't think you're going to have a lot of people that want to ride in your car if they can't do anything.
I mean, it's simple. You just, you know, you clean up. You don't make sure nothing smells. Make sure you didn't eat anything that smells.
Travis.
You wash your hand. I mean, it's a very expensive car.
Yeah, we got that, dude. Not only are you not going to want to have people ride it, you're not going to have anyone that wants to date you because that's all you talk about is how much money you paid for a damn car.
It's not a matter of money. It's a matter of respect.
Oh.
And if you respected me or this beautiful machine, you wouldn't bring your filthy hands in there. That's all.
Filthy hands? Travis, you made me eat a salad. Like with a fork, light dressing. There's no way I was getting anything filthy into your car. You're just being super paranoid and crazy.
Well, vinaigrette is pretty tough to get out. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Oh, my God.
Well,
Drop it. There's not one apology from Travis.
Heather, would you like to go out with Travis again on a second date?
No.
No?
Absolutely
Okay,
not.
that
Are you
was
sure?
quick.
Because we'll pay for it.
I'm positive. No, please. Don't waste your money.
Sorry, Travis. No second date.
Yeah.
Listen, Heather, this is your loss. I liked you. I had them call you. I called the radio and had them get in touch with you because I really wanted to hear from you again. You know what? You blew it because you could have had a chance to ride my car anytime you want.
Whoa.
The ship has sailed on that.
You know what? I think I'm going to be just fine not riding your Tesla again. I think that's all cleared up. And thank you guys for actually having me on the radio so that he knows now why I'm not going to call him back and he could stop trying.
Okay, well, stay strong. Don't have any regrets.
Hey, maybe I'll see you at the bus stop, loser.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Texted at 78592 says, I wonder if that guy farts in his car or he stops and gets out every time he has to fart. And that is a good question.
Very good.
It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning talking about today's second date update. This dude, Travis, wanted to call a girl named Heather. They went out on a date and he didn't get a kiss at the end of the night or anything. He was wondering why she wasn't calling back. Well, we got her on the phone and found out she wasn't calling back because when they went to eat, he wouldn't let her order. Well, he told her not to order anything really on the menu other than like a salad because he didn't want her getting her hands greasy or smelling like lobster or anything else that could potentially ruin the new Tesla that he got.
I mean, is it possible to transfer the smell of lobster linguine into a car if you don't actually have the food in the
Yeah,
car?
I don't think so, but he wasn't taking that risk.
I guess so.
Anyway, she said she didn't want to go out with him again because he's ridiculous about his car. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. Hopefully giving away another trip to Vegas with Vegas Heartbreak or Heart Attack at 8:10.
Moving 92.5.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
A lot of times when you do second date updates, people have no idea what they've done wrong on their first date, or they leave out a very important detail in the story that they're telling us, something that they don't think is weird, but their date certainly thought was. Well, today's second dater knows exactly what he did wrong on his first date. His name is Tuggy. Tuggy, what's up, man? How are you?
Jubal, how you doing, man?
What's up?
Oh, my God.
What's going on, Tuggy?
You don't even know it, but you are my dog, man. You're my jam.
You're my jam.
Thanks, Tuggy.
Tuggy, do you introduce yourself as Tuggy, or is this just a nickname that you use because, you know, you and Jubal are obviously bros now?
Well, I mean, we're obviously bros, but yeah, I mean, my buddy gave me that name in 8th grade. It's kind of a long story, but yeah, my real name's Daryl.
All right. It's always interesting. It's a long story. They call me Tuggy. I don't want to know that story at all.
Nope, especially in 8th grade.
So the girl that you want to call today, tell us a little bit about her.
This chick I met on plentyoffish.com.
Nice.
And so, like, I meet this chick. Her name's Megan, and I thought she was cute. Her profile checked out. And I said, hey, you want to go out for dinner? She said, cool. And she was one of the only girls off of this website that actually looks like her picture, which is huge.
I feel like you
I think
tried
what-
to date everyone on that website.
From
too,
what
like
I know, from what I know of Plenty of Fish, that is true. So, congratulations.
Yeah, and you know, I roll up to pick her up, and I like to have a good time. I'm kind of a prankster, kind of like you, Jewel. And like I always have some fun ideas when I pick up a girl, like you know. And so anyway, I think this girl wasn't into it or something. I don't know, but anyway, I pick her up.
Yeah, that kind of made no sense what you just said there. What do you mean by fun ideas that you do for girls? Like, see, they get in your car and they sit on a whoopee cushion or something?
No, but like, so she gets in the car and I'm like, all right, you want to go for a ride? And she's like, okay. And then I floor it.
What?
And we drive. There's like a dead end on her street, so I'm like, this would be funny if I drive straight towards this wall and like I get to like up to like maybe like 45 miles an hour, in like the span of a block.
What are you doing?
And I'm headed right for this wall, and she's screaming. And then of course, I stop right before the wall. I'm not going to kill us all. And
good.
And she was really angry.
Yeah. She just met a guy named Tuggy and gave her address out. Was her first mistake, and now she's in a car with him. This is so wrong on so many levels.
What did she say after you pretended to slam into a wall?
Oh my gosh.
She like gathered herself and she said, "What the hell was that?" And I said, "Well, I just thought it'd be funny."
Oh.
Oh, terrible answer.
Yeah.
No, I like a man to wait until the second date to endanger my life, or at least 30 minutes into the date.
I mean, I guess, but it's like if you're not up for that kind of humor, then I don't know if you should be dating Tuggy.
Yeah, then you don't deserve Tuggy. All right. Has this worked for you before? Have you tried this trick?
Not this one. No, the last girl I dated for about 2 weeks, when I picked her up, I immediately locked the doors, and she thought that was pretty funny.
That is so creepy, Tuggy.
That's awesome. Just
That's
staring
not
at
funny.
Tuggy, I like your dating style, man.
We're 5 minutes into this date, and I'm already thinking that she needs to file a police report.
Tell us what happened on the rest of your date.
Well, so then we go very slowly to dinner. I'm following the speed limit. And we get there, and I'm like, cool. And then she says, oh, hey, a friend of mine works across the street at this other restaurant. And she's like, do you mind if I stop in? I'm like, no, fine, that's cool. So I'm waiting in the parking lot for like 15 minutes while she's in this other place. And I'm like, well, what the heck, what's up, And so I go across in this other restaurant, and I'm looking for her, and I can't find her. And I said to like the hostess, you see a girl that looks like this girl? And she said, yeah, some girl came in and just asked to use the back entrance and left.
Oh, no.
So she ditched out the back door of another restaurant to try to get away from you, Tuggy.
Yeah, so she bolted.
So what do you want to do today then? You want to call her and find out if she'll go out with you again? You want to call her and apologize? What is the point?
Yeah, I need you guys to make it all right. I need my bros to kind of make it all right.
Tuggy,
it out.
I mean, do you feel any remorse, Tuggy, for making her feel uncomfortable or unsafe?
Yeah, I obviously came on too strong, and it's like I want her to know that I can take it slow and not be crazy right off the bat.
Okay.
I don't believe
Laugh
you.
at the end.
I don't believe you
All right.
at all, though, Tuggy. Is
Here
the
we
problem.
go. Tuggy, we're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call her, see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
Oh, sweet. Thanks.
All right, man. Just hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
You can usually tell a date has gone bad when the person you're on a date with makes an excuse to go in another restaurant and then runs out the back door, never to be seen or heard from again.
It's usually a good indicator.
Yeah, Tuggy had that happen to him on his first date. If you're just joining us for the second date update, Tuggy is on the phone. His real name is Daryl, by the way. Tuggy is not his given name. But he met a girl named Megan on Plenty of Fish. He's a bit of a prankster, I guess. And when he picked her up for the date, he pretended like he was going to slam the car into a wall.
What a joke.
Gotcha.
To scare her. It worked. It scared her. But she didn't seem very happy about it. They didn't even make it into the restaurant they were going to because she made an excuse to go across the street to another restaurant, said she had a friend that worked in there, and then bounced out the back door,
Yeah.
and he has not heard from her. Tuggy, I was talking to my producer, and he says that you tried to text her about 20 times since your date.
Oh, no.
Yeah, well, I wanted to apologize, man. I think I scared her, I wanted to say sorry.
Yeah, I think that says more than I'm sorry.
Yeah. 20 times an apology? That's a lot to text somebody, man.
She was really scared.
Yeah. And Tuggy, don't you think she should have been?
Well, no, she should have been scared if she didn't get it was a joke. Like, if you don't get it's a joke, yeah, it's really scary.
That's good logic.
But you told her it was a joke after, so she should probably lighten up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we smiled and laughed when she got in the car, so I thought, okay, now's a good time for a joke.
And you're hoping to get a second date, or you just want to call and finally talk to her and apologize?
Both, man. I mean, I think the only way to get a second date is if I apologize.
All right. Okay, well, I'm going to call her right now, see if we can get her on the phone. You ready?
Cool.
All right.
Hello.
Hi, is Megan in?
This is she.
Megan, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5. How are you?
Sorry, who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning? Nothing?
No, I know who you are, but
Oh, nice. Okay.
um,
I'm calling you because you recently went out with a friend of our radio show on a little bit of a date. His name's Tuggy.
yep, kind of an unforgettable dude.
Tuggy liked you a lot. He emailed us and wanted us to call you and ask why you won't get back to him.
Didn't seem like he liked me. I was not getting that vibe. He basically almost killed me.
Yeah, he told us about that. He feels bad.
Oh, good. He feels bad. I'm glad.
He also told us how you ditched him and made an excuse to go to another restaurant and then ran out their back door. Was it that bad?
Yeah, some of my finest work, actually. I saw the nearest restaurant. I was like, I know someone that works there. Bye.
Do you regret maybe giving a guy named Tuggy on the internet your address to pick you up?
I didn't. No, his name was not Tuggy when we got together. His name was Daryl. I gave a Daryl my number, and a Tuggy showed up.
Oh, that sounds like the start of a very, very, very bad story. And I guess it was for you, Megan.
Please, from minute one, this guy was a clown. I was like, I can't do this.
Can you explain the date in your words what happened? Because the way that he told us, it didn't sound, I mean, obviously his little stunt sounded like a big deal, but everything else sounded okay.
Honestly, we weren't on a date that long. He picked me up. I said, nice to meet you, Daryl. He said, call me Tuggy. I was like, okay. It basically got worse from there. Then he drove as fast as he could and slammed on the brakes right before hitting a wall. He's like, it was a joke. It was a joke. I'm like, that. I don't know in what world that's a funny joke. Then he drove really slow to kind of like really stick it to me. Like, is this slow enough for you?
Oh, my God. Then he's condescending on top of
The
it.
jokes continue.
Wow. As you have whiplash in the passenger seat.
Yeah, very funny. Just, I was in stitches.
Sounds like it.
He is driving down the street, and then he's like, if you don't think that's funny, I can do impressions. And then basically started, like, barking like a dog and then was behaving like a sheep. And I was not reacting at all.
Well, they're impressions, yeah.
They
It's an
are.
impression of a dog and a sheep.
Animal noises.
That is, I would be scared. I would think I had just gotten in a car with a psycho killer.
I mean,
It was a joke. It was just a joke.
Megan, that's Tuggy. He's actually been on the other line listening this whole time.
God, why would you do that? I just told you that this person, I don't want anything to do with him. I don't understand why you would put me on the phone with him.
Man, why do you make me out as like some sort of serial killer? All I just wanted to do was have a good time, you know? It's like
Your idea of a good time is near-death experiences followed up by acting like a jack.
That sounds like fun to me, Tuggy.
And it sounds like a perfect recap.
Honestly, if there's a girl out there that likes almost dying and then getting barked at, good luck to her.
we didn't almost die. Even if we hit the wall, we were just like maybe had like a broken wrist.
That's it.
How comforting. Good for you.
You know, listen, I am seriously sorry. I know you were scared, and that's not what I was going for. You know, I just got the vibe that you would be into some sort of practical joking, and like, you know, I read the situation wrong, and I'm sorry. That's what I wanted to say.
Why do I feel like even right now you're joking? I mean, within minutes, I felt like my life was at risk, and I found you completely off-putting. I don't know anyone that would enjoy what you were doing in your behavior. And
Is he barking?
I can't. All right, well, I'm glad you got that out. You're a f***ing idiot. I want nothing to do with you. I really hope you're happy.
Tuggy, you're not helping your case by barking at her.
You just can't stop the jokes, man.
It is a pretty good impersonation of a dog.
Thanks. I've been working on it for a long time.
We can tell.
I mean, like, should I apologize for who I am? I don't know.
No.
I guess so. Is that what I need to do?
No, I mean, if that's who you are, Tuggy, own it, but you and Megan clearly don't click.
Man, she made me feel real bad. Like, I
Poor
feel
guy.
real bad.
Oh no, I made him feel sad.
Yeah, Megan. I'm assuming, Megan, that you don't want to go out with Tuggy again. We will send you out on a second date and pay for it. I'll even pay for transportation so you don't have to worry about Tuggy driving.
I would rather pay for my own dinner 10 times than see that dude again.
Well, Megan, do you at least have any advice for Tuggy before we let him go in his future dating conquests?
I mean, I wish him luck. I don't really know.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
All right. I'm done. He wins. He really wins. He wins.
Yep. Yeah, man, I'm just going to be me. And you know what? So I'm sorry for that.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
You just be you, Tuggy.
Yes.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
First things first, I'm the realest. Drop this and let the whole